twatsinda burundu akarengane na ruswa. U Rwanda ruzira ruswa n'akarengane mu cyerekezo 2050. Radio Imanzi 105.1 FM.
We got you updated. This is Radio Imanzi News in English.
This is Radio Imanzi broadcasting from Kigali. Here is the news in English, brought to you by Fiona Umuganwa. The headlines. The Prime Minister, Edward Ngirente, presided over a groundbreaking ceremony for compressed natural gas production facilities at Lake Kivu today. Experts in the field of technology say that promoting ICT among young people is among the things that will help the country to achieve its goals of becoming a technology hub on the African continent. The president of DRC, Felix Tshisekedi, has assumed leadership of the Southern African Development Community. Welcome back. News in detail. The Prime Minister Edward Ngirente presided over a groundbreaking ceremony for compressed natural gas production facilities at Lake Kivu today. The Premier said the multi-million-dollar plant in Karongi district to produce compressed natural gas for cooking, vehicles and industries from Lake Kivu methane gas is expected to be completed within 2 years. He said in order to get the value stored in the methane gas, the government of Ronda welcomed the gas meth project aimed at extracting natural gas directly from Lake Kivu, processing and distributing it throughout Ronda. This key strategic project will create a level of energy independence for Ronda to reduce the dependency on imported energy resources. The use of natural gas, he noted, will also contribute to the reduction of greenhouse gas emissions by releasing less carbon dioxide into the atmosphere than other fossil fuels, in line with the country's green growth and climate resilience program. The University of Ronda students have complained about a lack of ICT equipment and access to labs as a barrier to their academic performance and use of information and communication technology. There are currently 80 computer labs with 2,841 computers spread across 9 UR campuses. However, some of the computers are outdated and must be replaced. Desiree Aishatier, a second-year student at School of Journalism and Communication, said they struggle to access computers since ICT labs are hardly available and not open for everyone to access. Patrick Sonoma, another student, said they need a lot of research and reading materials such as journalism students, yet ICT labs are not enough. According to Dr. Raymond Ndikumana, UR's Deputy Vice Chancellor for Strategic Planning and Administration, the ratio of computers to students is not optimal on some campuses, and some computer labs lack the required number of technicians per lab. He noted that the other constraint, of course, is that computer numbers are insufficient with a 1 computer to 10 student ratio that is quite unfavorable. Even when the labs are open, not every student uses a computer whenever they need to. He revealed that there is a plan to finalize the recruitment for more computer lab technicians in the coming months. When this happens, they will be able to work in shifts, making it possible for the labs to remain open for as long as students are at campuses. According to Dr. Ndikumana, computer labs are only open during working hours from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., while most students use labs late in the evening and during weekends. To mitigate this challenge, UR seeks to increase the number of smart classes to fully support online learning. He noted that there is a plan to refurbish some computer labs and increase the number of smart classrooms rather than traditional ICT labs that do not fully support online learning. For example, there is a plan to establish 10 smart classrooms with the Ronda Priority Skills for Growth program. According to the Ronda Agriculture Board, the land registration number required from the farmer when registering to receive the government-provided seeds and fertilizer is not intended to tax them on their plots, as some claim, but to determine the amount of land the registrant owns, which helps in determining the appropriate amount of seeds and fertilizer for the land that the farmer points out. This comes as preparations for the 2022-2023 agriculture season A are currently underway. Ejide Gatadi, Agriculture Subsidies Program Manager at Ronda Agriculture Board, said the government established this program to help farmers obtain fertilizer and seeds at a lower cost in order to increase farmers' produce. Experts in the field of technology say that promoting ICT among young people is among the things that will help the country to achieve its goals of becoming a technology hub on the African continent. Felix Uwimana has more on this report.
At the New Generation Academy, kindergarten and primary schools, children between the age of 5 and 10 are being taught on robotics, coding, and sports activities.
And after we added the wheels, and we added this part that stores the program that we made that makes it run. So we added wires so it could be connected to the USB, this small part, that could be connected to a tablet that could make it run.
It will help me to be an engineer because I like coding and robotics.
This technology allows them to learn mathematics, electricity, and mechanics. He's one of their teachers.
These kids were creating some games in Scratch, which is a software we use for kids to learn programming. It has some of the tools that these kids will need to learn in coding, which is some of them are like looping and conditions. So if these kids are using these games and learning those concepts in whilst doing these games, yeah.
Various institutions such as Rwanda TVET Board, the Rwanda Basic Education Board, and technology educators and others say that the fact that primary schools have started teaching coding and robotics in primary schools, it is going to build knowledge-based economy. Dr. Niza Mwitia Christine noted that teaching coding to children is a way of grooming future technology experts in different sectors of Rwanda.
When you look at the fourth industrial revolution that we are in, it's mainly based on technology. And technology is basically made of two things. We have software or programs that run computer, smartphones, robotics, and other electronic materials. We have also the part of the hardware of it. So starting from software programs, we need to train our kids at early age to start making such softwares so that when they reach a later stage, when they start to choose careers, they go for careers that are promising, that are really needed at the labor market.
Paul Mukunzi, the Director General of Rwanda TVET Board, noted that teaching this technology to young people would create more technology experts in the country. Currently, the plan is to introduce this technology in various parts of the country. The Rwanda Coding Academy in Nyabihu District has the specialty of training students in creating softwares. The government is looking forward to expand and increase its capacity. Felix reports.
Women in Tabagwe sector of Nyagatare district organized a one-day trade fair to exhibit their various business activities. They believe that now is the time to highlight their contributions to the development of their country. In addition to this exhibition, the women used the opportunity to demonstrate that they have taken the lead in assisting with the resolution of family conflicts in their sector. Karango Scovia, the coordinator of the Nyagatare District National Council of Women, urged other women in other sectors to follow the lead of the women in Tabagwe sector and begin development activities, as well as assist other families in their sectors in resolving family conflicts, because women are the pillars of families and societies. In the exhibition, women from the Tabagwe sector helped other women in need by giving them 1 cow, 8 goats, and paying for community-based health insurance for 7 families. The exhibition's theme is a secure, resilient, and developed family. Felician Kabuga, the suspected financier of the 1994 genocide against the Tutsi, will go on trial in The Hague on September 29th, facing charges of genocide and crimes against humanity. Mechanism for International Criminal Tribunal's Judge Ian Banomi said the chamber orders the trial to commence at the Hague branch with opening statements on the 29th of September and evidence to start on the 5th of October. The 89-year-old is also charged with 7 accounts, including 5 related to genocide complicity in genocide, direct and public incitement to commit genocide, attempt to commit genocide, and conspiracy to commit genocide. Other charges include persecution and extermination, both as crimes against humanity. Known as the chief financier of the genocide against the Tutsi, Kabuga was a wealthy businessman and core member of the Akazu, a small powerful circle of ideologues that masterminded the genocide. He was also the founding president of the board of shareholders of Hate Radio RTLM, which incited killings.
Economic news is a regular feature on Radio Imanzi.
The Ronda Stock Exchange Market Report. The trading session recorded its turnover of 189,985,000 Rwandan francs worth of bonds traded in 2 deals on the fixed income market and 3,500,500 Rwandan francs from 16,200 shares traded in 6 deals on the equities market. Bank of Kigali closed the counter at 272 Rwandan francs. The trading section recorded its turnover of 2,692,800 Rwandan francs from 9,900 shares traded in 3 deals. Bregwa closed the counter at 165 Rwandan francs. The trading session recorded its turnover of 726,000 Rwandan francs from 4,400 shares traded in 2 deals. I&M Bank closed the counter at 43 Rwandan francs. The trading session recorded its turnover of 81,700 Rwandan francs from 1,900 shares in 1 deal. The rest of the equities counters closed with Simerwa at 120 Rwandan francs, M10 Rwanda at 177 Rwandan francs, Equity Bank at 440 Rwandan francs, Kenya Commercial Bank at 370 Rwandan francs, National Media Group at 1,200 Rwandan francs, Uchumi Supermarket at 104 Rwandan francs, and R8 Buffalo closed the counter at 526 Rwandan francs as the market closed. The currency market review of today. The Kenyan shilling buying price was 8.5 Rwandan francs. The selling price was 8.7 Rwandan francs. Tanzanian shilling buying price was 0.43 and the selling price was 0.44. Ugandan shilling buying price was 0.26 and the selling price was 0.27. Burundian franc buying price was 0.49 and the selling price was 0.5. The US dollar buying price was 1,021 and the selling price was 1,042. The British pound buying price was 1,230 and the selling price was 1,254. The euro buying price was 1,039 Rwandan francs and the selling price is 1,059 Rwandan francs.
Some items of international news on Radio Imanzi.
The president of DRC, Felix Tshisekedi, has assumed leadership of the Southern African Development Community during the bloc's 42nd Ordinary Summit of Heads of State and Government, which was held in Kinshasa for 2 days from August 17th to 18th. He succeeds Lazarus McCarthy Chakwera, president of Malawi. A dozen SADC heads of state attended the Kinshasa summit, where they reviewed regional integration progress in line with SADC aspirations. The government of Tanzania has declared Tuesday, August 23rd, 2022, a public holiday to allow Tanzanians to fully take part in the planned national population and housing census. According to the statement issued by the government chief spokesperson Gerson Msigwa, President Samia Suluhu Hassan agreed that Census Day should be a holiday. The World Robot Conference 2022 has begun in Beijing and is showcasing the latest technologies and innovations in robotics. More than 500 robotic products from over 130 companies will be on display at this year's conference, ranging from robotic dogs to manufacturing robots to logistics robots. With also the presence of 300 researchers as well as representatives of international companies from China and abroad participate in this 4-day event online and in person. Flash floods triggered by heavy rains have continued to tear up homes across Sudan this week, with the death toll reported to reach 66 since the start of the rainy season. Brigadier General Abdul Rahim, spokesman for Sudan's National Council for Civil Defense, has said at least 28 people are reported injured following heavy rains. Some 24,000 homes and 24 government buildings have been badly damaged or completely destroyed. With that, we come to the end of tonight's edition.